Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are looking at 7 fragrances that I wore every single day last week. If that's content that you want to see more of, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on bell notifications so you are updated whenever I upload something new. But I drop these every single Monday, and let's jump right into it, starting with what I wore on Sunday. On Sunday, I went with a standby, tried and true, fresh fragrance for guys. Scent I'm talking about is Carolina Herrera's 212 Men. And this has been around a long time. It's one of my favorite lavender-based fragrances. Really nice atomizer, and this is smooth from start to finish. It has this creamy spiciness to it, which sets it apart from other fresh fragrances. The lavender here is really tolerable. It's not too metallic or sharp. It's able to be warm and spicy and a little bit creamy while still remaining fresh. And I love fragrances like that, that sort of walk that line. It's an elegant everyday scent, ideal for spring, but can really be worn year round. I think this is signature worthy, and the quality here is exceptional for a fragrance sub $100. It's gone up in price over the last few years. I got this at a Burlington. I don't remember exactly what I paid, but it couldn't have been more than 50 bucks. This has a lot of depth for a fresh fragrance, more depth than what you might expect. And this has fantastic performance. I know people complain about newer formulations, but this one, I have had zero issues with performance. It lasts all day for me. Great office scent, school. This is going to be super versatile for any guy. Love this one, Carolina Herrera's 212 Men. This next one was a total blind buy on the Perfume Spot. They had these fragrances. They had the whole line of fragrances super cheap. So I will try to link it down below if it's still available there. Amazing fragrance. Dunhill Egyptian Smoke. And this is from Dunhill's signature line, which is a little bit more pricey if you're paying full retail, but the quality here, it's next level from Dunhill. This one opens spicy, but it settles into this sort of smoky rose fragrance with hints of cacao and tobacco. Really interesting note breakdown on this one. For me, this scent evokes a confident guy who might prioritize his individuality over conventional sort of expectations. He would probably wear this on a date night. It's a really sexy fragrance, in my opinion. I really enjoy rose. I think you have to like rose to enjoy this one. So it has that floral aspect to it that it's not gonna be for every guy, but if you like rose and you like tobacco, and you like smokiness, I think it's a beautiful combination. The performance here is really consistent. It lasts all day for me, but I get wafts of it throughout the day, and I absolutely love this stuff. Super smooth, refined. You really can't go wrong. Dunhill Egyptian Smoke. This next one was an absolute surprise to me. Wasn't expecting much. This is a Middle Eastern fragrance. Scent I'm talking about is Arma Niche Oud. Now, this is a straightforward amber heavy fragrance. You get some smokiness, you get some sweetness. I wish there was a little bit more vanilla here. I don't know why. I find myself wanting to have a touch more vanilla. I think this might be really nice laid with something like Mercedes-Benz Club Black. But this is by far the best Arma fragrance that I've personally tried from a quality standpoint. It really stands out for its quality and being a cheaper alternative to things like Serge Lutens Ombre Sultan. It's one of the fragrances that it gets compared to. Addictive, warm, long-lasting, amber. If you like amber fragrances, you will probably like this one. It does open a bit spicy, but that subsides. It settles in after like maybe 15, 20 minutes or so. And then that amber really takes center stage. I don't know why oud is in the name. I get zero oud from this. Really, I don't get much woodiness at all. It's not a very dynamic or overly complex fragrance. It's a straightforward amber fragrance that would work perfectly in the cold weather, date night, evenings out. That's where I see this being worn. I think this could also be a unisex fragrance. I think the girls, ladies, you can get away with this one without question. Really nice amber scent. I love this one, and I'd love to smell this on someone else. Arma Niche Oud. Man, what can I say about this next one? I think it is going to be a classic in years to come. Scent I'm talking about is Ganci Gentlemen Oud Man. And man, this stuff is just super classy, refined, masculine iris fragrance. Oh, so good. Powdery. You have to like powdery fragrances to like this one. There's different resins in here. There's vanilla, patchouli. I will say that I pick up a leather note here, even though it's not an official note. So I'm not sure what's making that happen. It has this edge to it, like this masculine edge to it that I really enjoy. And the iris, again, if you don't like iris, this one might not be for you. I think you should test it, but this entire line utilizes iris. So if you're looking into this line, you probably already are familiar with the note. I find myself reaching for this one when I'm going out with the guys, maybe for drinks, maybe a steak dinner, something like that. I think this is going to fit in perfectly with that type of situation. This one has subtle projection. Longevity is about average. I don't get all day and night from it, but I do get a good amount of longevity, perfect for how I'm wearing this personally. And what it does do really well is sillage. It's beautiful in passing someone. Someone's gonna smell this on you. They're probably gonna ask you what you're wearing. One of my favorite fragrances in my collection, and my favorite, as I said, from this particular line, Ganci Gentlemen Oud Man. This next fragrance made my wife's recent list of her 5 favorite manly fragrances in my collection. If you have not watched that video, go check it out. Amazing list that she came up with. This scent made that list, and this is also happens to be my top 2 new releases of 2023. Scent I'm talking about is Tumi 19 Degree. And you can see that's the front of the bottle. Man, what can I say about this stuff? It is a surprise. Tumi is doing a fantastic job, but they did exceptionally well with this one. It will remind you of something like an Aventus. It has this fruity, musky opening, but where this really shines is in its mid to dry down. I love the opening too. This one I think my wife likes because it reminds her of another favorite fragrance of hers in my collection, which is Godolphin by Perfume Spot. That one gets compared to things like Tuscan leather and ombre leather. So just to put it into perspective, that's Perfume Spot's leather fragrance. I think she likes this one because it reminds her of that. However, she thinks this one's a little bit more masculine, where she'll wear the Godolphin. She'll wear that wherever. But I think that the combination of the raspberry and the leather notes here, you have suede, you have leather. There's definitely similarity there in note breakdown. If you took Aventus and you took Godolphin and you smashed them together, you're going to come up with something like this. But it also stands on its own. I get exceptional performance from this, quality from start to finish. I would even venture to say this could be signature worthy for some. But what I really like about this one is how it can transition from day to night. Love fragrances that can do that. You pick one fragrance, you don't think about it too much. This is what I'm sticking with today. Gonna be all set for any situation. Work, play, love this stuff. Great release by Tumi. Tumi 19 Degree. So I just did a comparison video with this one. I compared it to its more expensive niche fragrance that this is cloning. And I will drop that video in the link in the description. Scent I'm talking about is Monarch's Red Tobacco Vanilla. Now I get into, in that video, my first impressions of this and what I think of the scent overall, but this is obviously cloning Mancera's Red Tobacco. But I want to talk about the performance of this because the performance was sneaky. I thought this was fading on me. 2 or 3 hours later, I saw my mom and she said, "What are you wearing? That is super strong." I like it, but it's strong. Like, how many sprays did you use? Guys, I used like 4 sprays. So this stuff is beast mode. She was saying it was filling the room, which is similar to what the Mancera does, but I felt like I couldn't really smell this. Like maybe it was fading quickly. I don't know. It's just one of those ones that I probably go anosmic to or nose blind to. I just don't smell it on myself anymore, and the people around you can. So be mindful of that, knowing that other people could still smell me after a few hours, like, and that's strong. This is worth every penny, because throwing performance in with the scent overall, I really like the fragrance. I think it's really well done. Doesn't smell cheap. Go check out that video, Monarch Red Tobacco Vanilla. This next one, if I were to come up with a list right now of my top 10 fragrances in my collection, I have hundreds of fragrances. This would, without question, make the top 10. One of my favorite fragrances. And I did a list not too long ago of fragrances in my collection with the biggest dents. This one has a massive dent in it. Only reason I didn't include it in that list is because I think I mentioned it in the honorable mentions. Only reason I didn't include it was because the bottle, it's hot, you can't see the dent. I wanted to show bottles off that actually the dent was visible. But this one has a massive dent, and I'll probably have to end up replacing it at some point. Scent I'm talking about is Chanel's Allure Sport Eau Extreme. Now, guys, I have received numerous compliments on this one. I actually love the smell of this. I don't know. It just suits my personality. It suits my vibe, how I dress, everything. I think clothes have a lot to do with fragrance, and they work hand in hand with one another. They can really elevate a fragrance, just like a fragrance can elevate an outfit. This stuff, absolutely amazing. Incredible atomizer, has the refinement, the just that upper echelon, high level designer feel to it from Chanel. I would expect nothing less. It's fresh, it's versatile. What I really like this though is that it has this really well balanced sweetness, this slight powderiness and vanillic touch from the tonka bean. And it makes it more versatile in my opinion. It's not, I think sport is a little misleading. Man, guys, when I tell you this could be top 5 for me. The smell is just amazing. I love the smell of this. And I know that a lot of people have issue with the performance. They say it doesn't last on them. I will say projection is probably only significant for an hour, hour and a half or so. But I still smell this on me. The next day I smell it on my clothes. So if I threw a t-shirt on and I wear that same t-shirt the next morning or something, just running errands, I still smell it. So my particular bottle gets good performance. I can appreciate wanting a stronger scent. You know, you hear Eau Extreme, you're expecting all this power and this, push, but it's not that. I think it's just a more complex, a little more depth to it than its predecessor, which is Allure Sport. Again, the addition of that tonka, amping up the tonka bean here. That's where the extreme comes in. It's not an overwhelming performer. It's not meant to be that. This signature worthy, if you only had one fragrance in your collection, this could be it. This is one that I want to reach for even in the wintertime. And we have snow here now. It's cold and I still reached for it. And I really want to reach for this one more often than not. One of my favorite fragrances. Love it. Allure Sport Eau Extreme. That's all I have today, guys. As always, let me know in the comment section down below what your weekly rotation was. I always love hearing what you guys are wearing. If you like what you saw today, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, hit that bell notification so you are updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next video.